Hi guys, it's Cece. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's doing alright. You are locked in, obviously, to This Girl Vents on PRZ FM. That's This Girl Vents on PRZ 109.2. Guys, this is definitely going to be an interactive session, just going to let you know. But aside from that, you can always contact me on thisgirlvents at przfm.com, which is thisgirlvents at przfm.com. So, ladies and gentlemen, how have you been? How are you doing? How are you going to be? Guys, we're going to be discussing pros and cons. That's basically the topic for today. So I hope you're all ready to discuss that with me and what we're going to be talking about. We're going to talk about money and we're going to talk about love. Yeah, so that's something that I definitely want to go into, only because I saw some stuff on Instagram on my live feed, or the feed, whatever it's called. And it was basically saying something along the lines of women use their bodies to attract men, but hate being viewed as sex objects, whereas men use their money to get attention from women, but hate gold diggers. So I really wanted to vent because, I don't know, I feel like we continue to develop really, really strange relationships with money and love. And I feel like the ideas that we have of each of them are kind of contorted. They're like a bit not okay. So I'll start with money, because that's usually a biggie. I'll start with you know that saying where they say money's the root of all evil and stuff like that. I really, you know what, I'm venting today, so let me just start straight with that one. Venting today. Money is the root of all evil. Money is not the root of all evil. I just have to clarify that, because when people decide to quote the Bible, as it were, against someone maybe spending their money or someone doing something with money, they tend to say money is the root of all evil. Ladies and gentlemen, money is not the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. So that brings in the word love, right? So let me just kind of get into this. Since we're talking about pros and cons, and we're going to talk about money and love, I think those two things tend to intertwine, and that's why they cause a lot of issues. Let's just put it that way. They cause a lot of problems. So since this is going to be interactive, I'm going to put it out there, and we're going to start with that money one. The love of money is the root of all evil. Money is not the root of all evil. So what that tells me is that it's your relationship with money that is the problem, not money itself. So when you make money the be all and end all, and it controls everything around you, it controls how you react to people, your response to them, your response to yourself, how you see yourself, then there's a particular problem, not necessarily the money in itself. Excuse me. So the reason why it's such a big deal is because of that word love. And the reason why people don't think it's such a big deal is because we have a very myopic idea of what love actually is. We don't give love the credit it deserves. Does that make any sense? So when people say I love you, sometimes it's very small-minded. It's actually not encapsulating love as what it's supposed to be. And that's why we tend to not understand when people say actually money is not the root of all evil, the love of money is the root of all evil. So just to clarify that, yeah, if someone's telling you money is the root of all evil, that person has a contract with poverty. Stay away from that person. They don't know what they're talking about. Okay, what they should be saying is the love of money is the root of all evil. So now, your relationship with things helps you to understand yourself better. So let's talk about what I was going to say, which is the pros and cons of everything, i.e. what I read. Men attract women. Not all men, some men. Although the post did say men, I'm gonna change it up and put some men. Some men use money to attract women but hate gold diggers, and some women use their bodies to attract men but hate being viewed as sexual objects. You know what? Above everything else, yeah, what this tells me is that we are such a confused generation. Just aside from everything else, like, I'm really fed up of half the things I see on social media, because I really don't, because I was even confused at some point. Like, what is the solution to this mindset? What is the solution to all of this? So I'm not even going to go about how people are seen. I'm going to go about what you're doing with what you have. So let's start from, I like starting from the basis, from the roots of all things. Yes, the hypocrisy. Thank you so much. I did say to you guys that we are having an interactive session. So whatever I do get back from my Insta live, I will be saying it on here. I've just had someone say that there is a hypocrisy. Definitely, there is an irony attached to it as well. But just to like go back to what I was saying, if you have money and money is your only quality, so let me say that properly. In all your personalities, in all your characteristics, if money is the only attribute you have going for you, if money is the only quality you have going for you, you have an issue. So it's not about seeing women as gold diggers or seeing people who are being friends with you as gold diggers. But if that is the only thing you have going for you, you need to do a little like check on yourself. So let me put it this way. I know what the person tweeted did say that, you know, they don't want to see other people coming after their money and leeches and scavengers and all of that. But if the only thing you have to offer to me as a friend, as a partner, as a whatever is money, we're going to have issues regardless. So it's not about you seeing other people as gold diggers. It's about you working on yourself, because there will be people who will only leech onto you because of your money. They also have issues. We're just going to leave them out of the picture. We're going to talk about you. So how I see it, thanks Manolo, how I see it is that the way people see some people sometimes is kind of like veiled, because sometimes I feel like, how do I explain this? If I'm someone that believes that, so we'll go to the other quote, which is women don't like being viewed as sexual objects but use their bodies to attract men. For example, I'll use myself as an example. If I only attract men using my body, I would feel that men see me as a sexual object sometimes. And the reason why I say that is because I might feel that the only thing I have going for me is my body, and I feel like I'm not, or people are not giving me a chance to show them more. And I guess this goes into I might be, I don't know, like coming off course a little bit, but I guess this might go into the question of like modesty. I mean, there are people who are crazy and they refuse to see you for who you are. But if the only thing you use is that particular thing, it's easy for people to see. It's easier for people to see you in that kind of way. But I'm not even going to discuss that. Me, I want to really talk about money. Money's the one I really want to discuss. So when I started the radio show, I did talk about the love of money, and that is one of the main reasons why I wanted to vent today, because I was getting frustrated with hearing the love of money is the root of all evil. And just to like really, I don't know, just to clear that up, your relationship with things around you is very important, because it doesn't matter where you go in life, that particular characteristic or that particular relationship that you have with that particular thing is always going to come to the surface, whether you realize it or not, because sometimes it's totally subconscious and you're not thinking about it. So the love of money is the root of all evil. The reason is because of the way you handle the money. or the money handles you, let's put it that way. And that is because you've put something else as, should I say, master or boss? I don't know what word to use to describe it, but when you love someone, you go out of your way for that person. You do every single thing within your power to make sure that that person's okay, that person is happy with you, that person is comfortable. So imagine having that relationship but with money. So you're doing everything to make sure that your money doesn't get discredited. Like, everything is about your money. You love money to the extent where no one else can talk nonsense about money, because that's what you love. Love is such a big thing, and it's kind of scary if someone should love money to that extent. But we do see people like that. And I feel like when you have that kind of relationship with money, it's easy to think other people are gold diggers, because you don't want to see them for who they are. You're seeing them through a veil. Like, there's just like, you probably got like a dollar bill, like, or something just covering your eyes, because it's hard to see other people for who they are when you love someone else. It's kind of like when you're in love with a guy, for example, every other guy doesn't really make the cut. I mean, okay, you look alright, but you're not all that compared to the guy I love. And if you love money, everyone else is going to be that other person. Your family is going to be that other person. Your friends are going to be that other person. And everything you do is basically in respect to that money. And this is sounding kind of scary, because if we think about life, yeah, as it is right now, we think about like trying to get a job. We think about, I need a house. We think about all the things that we literally need to do every single day. It kind of makes me think, I don't know, am I doing everything for money? Am I doing everything for the dollar bill? I don't really know. I'm trying to think. I've been thinking about this. This is why I brought it to the radio, because I was genuinely confused, because I was thinking, are our lives so controlled by currency and by money that we just don't see things the way they're supposed to be anymore? Because I feel like I go through things like that, where when I meet people now, I'm not just thinking about what I can pour into their lives. I'm thinking, yo, what am I getting for doing what I'm doing for you? So, now I'm like, oh yeah, I don't really need much friends. I just need business partners, because, So, okay, so Aram said, money is not the most important thing, but it is important. So if it is important, but you shouldn't love it, right? So money is not the most important thing, but it is important. And Kimberly says, if you don't enjoy it, perhaps if you don't enjoy it, then you don't love it, and therefore you're only doing it for the money. Okay, that's a good point, Kimberly. It's true. So I'll use myself as an example again, like I always do, because I don't want to be using anybody else as an example before they message me on the sly and say they heard familiarities on my radio show or my Insta live. So me as an example, a lot of the things that I'm doing in my life right now is basically on the opposite of what I thought I'd be doing. I thought I'd be doing law, and I did have a reason for doing law, but I was very conscious of the money I would make if I followed that route. Now I decided to take a completely different route, very, 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 very far from what I would have originally done, which is the law, as I mentioned. So I decided to chase after my dream, which, if you are someone who's chasing after your dream, you know that it is extremely difficult, time consuming, costly, frustrating to do that, especially when your dream is within kind of, for example, the arts. So you don't make money as quickly as you would like to, or if you're lucky enough. So for example, Jessie J, a singer, was actually on YouTube for about 8 years before we actually knew anything about her. Yeah, so in that 8 years, was she making money, the kind of money she's making now? No. Was she frustrated with herself, or at some point had like low, self-esteem, or low, I don't know, or just thought maybe her voice wasn't good enough? She might have had those moments, because I definitely have those moments. And it just seems that when it comes to the enjoyment of things, because I enjoy what I'm doing, it's easier for me to push money to the background. But I am getting to that age where I'm supposed to be fending for myself. So the money aspect does, play a huge role now. Even though I can push it to the back, because I genuinely love people. I do want to like make an impact and stuff like that. I always say, even if it's one person that I change their life, I'm gonna die with a smile on my face. But the money is definitely a big thing, and it's making me think, is it the love? Aram says, I will love money knowing I can help people and I care about, like my mum, for example. I don't even want to go in. This is the thing though. This is the thing, because your mum probably wants you to make a lot of money because she wants you to look after her, I'm not that old. I'm 24, but I am at an age where I should be looking after myself. I should definitely be self-sufficient. Well, I definitely want to be anyways. But it's just that relationship with money that gets me a bit worried at times as well, because there are so many pros and cons to treating money that way. Because we see people, for example, that I don't know if I should make this example. It's a bit costly. It's a bit tight. This is a tough one. Nah, I'm gonna scrap that out. We're not gonna talk about that. But there are things where there are moments where I see that people's relationship with money is a little bit unhealthy. And why I say that is because they start looking at other human beings as not really human beings, but kind of as either a way to make money or someone who's trying to take your money. So there's no in between anymore. There's no, okay, I love this person, or I want to hang out with this person. It's now, is this person giving me money or are they taking money? Which is why that tweet really made me start thinking whether would it be the person's fault that if you're a guy and you're using money to attract women, and now all of a sudden you see women as gold diggers, is it really that the women are gold diggers, or is it that you can't see past your money? Is what I'm trying to find out. Yeah, Kimberly saying, I think time is also costly, so what currency are we making? Okay. I think time is also costly. I mean, time is costly, but it doesn't pay the bills. The way it does pay the bills if we're getting paid for the time, if that makes any sense. So if I do my 9 to 5, that's time, but I'm being rewarded for that 9 to 5, right? I'm being paid for that. So it's the money that pays for the bill. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I just really wanted to pose that question out there, whether it is right to see is right the right word? Is it okay to see other people as gold diggers when the way you're reaching out to them is via money? Because I'll use myself as an example again. So on my sister's hen night, we went to this club in Southeast London. I will not be disclosing names. All you will know is that it's in Southeast London. And one thing I realized was that, and it's not even just in that club, this is just daily. One thing I realized is that when the guys were trying to get my attention, when they were trying to talk to me for any longer than I was willing to, they would make this little snide comment or this sly thing about, I have money, I can change your life, my dad does this, and or they'll pull out like money from their pockets, and it's just like, bro, what do you want me to do with this information? And I feel like if you are constantly using money as your only quality, if you are constantly using money as your only attribute, how do you expect people to have a relationship with you instead of your money? Because, for example, if I was someone that was always, my eyes were always shining for the money, and the guy offers me money, I'm going to be in a relationship with his money and not with him. Hello, Amor. So it's why are you blaming those people for being gold diggers when all you were offering to them in the first place was the gold? Now they are digging. So what's your problem? This is what I'm trying to say. Aaron says, so some females aren't gold diggers, they just have a certain standards. Unfortunately, some guys don't fit that criteria and money is involved in that. Yeah, women do have standards. And one of the things I like to say to some of those women is, please get a job. I mean, there's no problem with eating your boyfriend's money. I mean, I don't really have a problem with that. All I'm just saying is, I'm leaving those other people out of it. I'm leaving those women out of it. I'm talking about you that's referring to people as gold diggers. I'm just saying, forget about those people and focus on how you are presenting yourself, because a lot of these guys are only using money to get girls, but they are angry when these girls are in love with their money and not with them. So I'm still trying to figure out why you are calling these people gold diggers. Again, I will keep saying this, I will keep singing it as a song. If money is your only attribute, if money is the only personality you have, you cannot expect passers-by to love you and not the personality you're showing to them. For example, we call it lifestyle. A lot of women want the lifestyle because that's what a lot of guys are offering. So if you are only offering lifestyle and she's chasing the lifestyle, what is your problem? I'm going to get to the people that's chasing lifestyle in a second, by the way. But for you that's only offering lifestyle, but you're angry that somebody doesn't want you, they want the lifestyle, why are you upset? You know? So this is the thing, like, with... It's very frustrating. I've been thinking about it all day. So the second part of the tweet was saying that using your body as a way to get men, and then being upset when you are seen as a sex object. This is a tight one because there's a lot of sensitive parts in this. No pun intended. But I guess there's a thin line, right? Because it is very easy for women to be seen as sexual objects, even when they are not giving out that kind of vibe, for example. So me personally, like today, I'm wearing the most biggest t-shirt I found. It's not even mine, it's my brother-in-law's. I'm wearing tracksuits. I hurt my ankle, so I'm wearing sliders because I can't walk in regular shoes. My only saving grace is I have eyebrows on and my nails are done, literally. So to me, I could be walking around like that and still get the wolf whistles and still get guys approaching me. I'm not saying that those guys see me as a sexual object. I'm just saying it's kind of easy to see women as that. However, what I also think is that if the only thing you have to offer to a guy, please, there's a conditional word there, if. So if the only thing you have to offer is your body, being upset that the guy only sees your body and not you is a little baffling, in a sense that I feel like as humans we're such complex beings. We have so many different parts to us. I mean, you have like your mind, like your soul, your body. There's so many parts to you that you could present. So if you're only using one thing and the person only wants that one thing now, should you be upset? I don't know. This is a question I'm just literally posing, which is why I called it pros and cons, because I don't really know where to put it. I don't know if it's pros. I don't know if it's cons. I'm genuinely just as confused. Me, I don't know. Is this a question of respect? Possibly. Maybe it's on the other person and how they view women. Maybe it's on the woman and how she carries herself, because I cannot just, anyway, to be honest, even now, I can't really just offer myself. I need to hit the gym first and then I can be doing body. But even for what I have, and just knowing my personality anyways, I wouldn't want to only use my body to attract a man, because there will come a time where that body is not going to be doing what you want it to be doing, too tough anymore. So what happens to the strength of communication in your relationship with that person who only likes your body? Or for the guys, as per this tweet that I read, what happens when you don't have that money and the girl says adios and she bids you au revoir, like she tells you no, it's gone. So what I personally feel, yeah, Aaron said he needs a woman that has substance, and these are the things I feel like that's the same with guys, that's the same with women. Explore the fact that you are a complex being, not complex in a way that you are difficult to be around with. No, complex in a way that there are various parts of you that's worth sharing. So we want to see your humorous side. We want to see your upset side. We want to see you when you are absolutely ecstatic. We want to see you in so many different, it's not just about your money. It's not just about your body. There's so many different parts of you that you can possibly share with the world. Why are you limiting it to these particular things and then being upset when people only want those particular things? So you want me to be, okay, let me put it this way. If I was in a relationship with a guy and he says to me, no, he's showing me lifestyle, he's giving me money, and I only like that lifestyle, if for a moment or for, you know, a little bit of a time, like, or whatever, he comes to me and says, I can't give you that lifestyle anymore, I can't spray like dollars when you're walking past me anymore, and I'm someone that's already attracted to that lifestyle, and the only reason I'm with you is because of that lifestyle that I'm basically getting, do you really think I would want to be with you? Just a question. So same thing with if the only thing I have to offer is my body and you like me because of my body, nothing else, and one day I decide, babe, gym lifestyle is over, I'm going to be on McDonald's morning, noon and night, and I need you to understand that. Do you think that person is going to understand that? So I don't know. I don't really know. I think with what Kimberly was saying about respect, I think it's about respecting yourself. I don't think it's even, forget about respecting other people for now. Let's not even discuss that. Let's talk about you respecting yourself. Let's talk about you seeing yourself better than how you used to. Because I feel like, how do I say this? It would be easier for me to hide my character, not even my character. It would be easier for me to hide my brokenness if I was rich, because I would use money to cover everybody else's eyes. It would be so easy for me to be like, if someone was like, oh yeah, you said nah, and then I throw money in their face, they would forget about it. I feel like respect yourself. Like, be here for you. Understand who you are. Forget about people saying, or people coming after your money or whatever. They're coming after your money because that's all they're seeing. If give yourself the opportunity to show more of yourself. Like, don't make your only attribute in this life the fact that all your shoes have a red bottom. That is such a weird way to live life, in my opinion. I'm personally, I'm just someone who's always hungry for more. I love getting deep into people's minds. I don't even have to say anything. More times when you laugh with people, I'm letting out secrets. When you joke with people, because they're very comfortable, they say a lot of things they really shouldn't. And it tells me that, or it tells me about that person, basically. And what that does for me when I see that happening is that it tells me that there's so many more layers to this person that I could actually enjoy or not enjoy. It helps me actually decipher or make a judgment on whether I want to hang out with you or not, you know. So respect yourself. Really, just have more respect for yourself, please. There's so much more of you that needs to be shared. I say this everywhere I go. There is someone out there waiting for you to expose your story so that they can bring out their own. It's just as simple as that. And if your only story is money, 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 I don't know, like, tell us how you got that money. Or for some of you, don't tell us how you got that money in case it's not, you know, legal or whatever. But how I feel, guys, I'm genuinely just venting, and it's because this has been running through my mind for a very long time. I just feel like human beings will always be human beings, but us that we are always like, you know, like, for example, the lovely people I have listening and watching me right now, if you're always thinking about how you present yourself or where next you want to go to, and you're always thinking about those things, it's really in your responsibility. You have to be accountable for the way you carry yourself. You are responsible for the ideas that you come up with. You are responsible for the words that you say. You're responsible for the part of yourself that you demonstrate to other people. So I remember, what's her name? Amber Rose. She was one of the spokesperson for one of the protests called Slut Walk. And there was a lot of backlash against Amber Rose because she made, aside from the comments that she made, she posted a lot of like pictures that were very suggestive, and she would back it with that slut walk, and she got a lot of like stick for it. There were some things that she did that I personally was not really into. Maybe because I'm not really cool with sharing my body like that. But again, if you have that kind of body, I guess so. But then a lot of women say that men are visual creatures. And if you are attacking men for seeing women solely as sexual objects, but you continue to post out, let's just say, nude pictures or sexually suggestive pictures, it's hard for them not to see you any other way. So I don't know, it's a tough one for me. But again, I'll just stick with respecting yourself. I really don't have the answer to this. It's not every radio show that I do that I'm going to have solutions. I really don't, because I really wanted to kind of put the question out there about how we carry ourselves with other people, with the public. It's just really difficult. But I'm just gonna put this out there for whoever watches it, and whoever listens as well. Just be careful of the way you carry yourself in front of people. The reason being, I know people say first impressions count, but the truth is all your impressions count. That's literally it. If you are only showing a side of yourself and that person only appreciates that side of yourself, it's going to be very difficult for them to become accustomed to the parts of you that you were hiding away. So it's even more difficult and more frustrating for you to blame that person for seeing you in the way that you demonstrated to them in the first place. So this goes out to women and this goes out to men. Again, I've been approached by guys who only had money to offer, and to me that was very distasteful. I also slightly felt insulted to think that you feel the only thing I want to get to know about you is your money. If I was a criminal, which I'm not, I would have gone for that. If I was someone who was solely in love with lifestyle, with luxurious living, I would definitely do that. But I'm not. And I need you to be accountable for your actions. So let's all kind of like, this is to me as well, you know, take responsibility over what you're showing to people. Like, don't just give one side and then expect people not to love you based on that or hate you based on that. Show them everything. Like, why are you shy? Just be yourself. Do things with your chest, as Kimberly says. So guys, my 30 minutes is up on the radio. The show is called This Girl Vents for a reason. I have genuinely vented. We have a few more comments, but I'm going to keep with the live. But the radio show is going to be gone. It's been lovely. It's been great venting because I really needed to get this off my chest. So definitely holler at me on This Girl Vents at PRZFM.com and let me know your thoughts. I will be catching you later on. And yes, again, above everything, make sure you express yourselves and get at me.